Introduction. The Paradigm Shift. Welcome to this condensed guide to Stephen R. Covey's timeless masterpiece, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. First published in 1989, this book has become a foundational text for personal and professional development worldwide. It's not about quick fixes, it's about a paradigm shift, a fundamental change in how you view the world and yourself. If you're new, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Covey argues that true success stems from the character ethic, integrity, humility, and fidelity. To achieve this, you must move from dependence to independence and finally to interdependence. The habits are divided into 3 sections. The private victory, habits 1 to 3, focusing on self-mastery and moving to independence. The public victory, habits 4 to 6, focusing on relationships and moving to interdependence. Renewal, habit 7, focusing on constant improvement. Let's begin the journey of the private victory. Habit 1, be proactive, the habit of choice. Habit 1 is arguably the most fundamental. Be proactive. To be proactive means taking full responsibility for your own life. It is the power to choose your response to any situation, no matter the circumstance. Covey says that between stimulus and response, we have the freedom to choose. Reactive people feel driven by feelings, conditions, and environment. They use language like, I can't, I have to, or it's just the way I am. They are victims of circumstance. Proactive people use language like, I choose, I prefer, or I will. They act based on their values and principles, not on impulse or external pressure. The key tool here is the circle of influence versus the circle of concern. Your circle of concern includes all the things that worry you: the economy, the weather, other people's behavior. Your circle of influence includes the things you can actually do something about: your attitude, your work ethic, your knowledge. Proactive people focus their time and energy on their circle of influence. When you do this, your circle naturally begins to expand, giving you more power and control over your life. Reactive people, conversely, focus on the circle of concern, which shrinks their influence and leaves them feeling helpless. This habit is about accepting this profound truth. Your life is the product of your decisions, not your conditions. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind, the habit of vision. Habit 2 is about visualization and personal leadership. Begin with the end in mind. Covey asks you to imagine your own funeral. What would you want the speakers, your family, your friends, your colleagues to say about you? What character traits and contributions would you want them to remember? This mental exercise forces you to define what success truly looks like for you, separate from the expectations of society or others. It's the habit of ensuring that you climb the ladder of success only to find it leaning against the right wall. This habit is about creating a personal mission statement, a life blueprint based on your deepest values. A mission statement is like the constitution of your life. It guides your choices, dictates your actions, and provides a clear criteria for making decisions. It's a statement of what you want to be, character, and what you want to do, contributions. By writing this mission statement, you assume leadership of your own life, ensuring that you are the creator of your own destiny, not simply a manager of circumstances. This mission becomes the filter through which you live habit 3. Habit 3. Put first things first, the habit of integrity and execution. Habit 3 is the practical realization of habits 1 and 2. Put first things first. If habit 2 is the mental creation, the mission statement, habit 3 is the physical creation, the day-to-day execution. It's about organizing and prioritizing your tasks so they align with your mission. The key tool for this habit is the time management matrix, which categorizes activities by their urgency and importance. Quadrant: importance, urgency, focus. Outcome: high, crises and problems, stress, burnout, always putting out fires. Second: high, low, prevention and planning, vision, perspective, control, effectiveness. Third: low, high, interruptions, busy work, short-term focus, feeling busy but ineffective. Fourth: low, trivia, time wasters, irresponsibility, total dependence on others. The goal of effective people is to live in quadrant 2. These activities, like long-range planning, building relationships, exercising and preparing, are important but rarely feel urgent. By dedicating more time to quadrant 2, you prevent problems and shrink quadrant 1. Habit 3 requires the courage to say no to the urgent but unimportant tasks, quadrant 3, and the trivial time wasters, quadrant 4, so you can dedicate time to your true priorities. This completes your private victory. You are now independent, living a life of principle and intention. Habit 4. Think win-win, the habit of mutual benefit. Music becomes collaborative and optimistic. With the foundation of the private victory secure, you can now move into the public victory, the world of interdependence and effective relationships. Habit 4 is think win-win. This is a frame of mind and heart that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions. It's a mindset that says, we can both benefit. There is enough success to go around. Covey outlines 6 paradigms for interaction. Win/win. Both parties feel good about the decision and are committed to the action plan. This is the optimal long-term solution. Win-lose. Authoritarian approach. If I win, you lose. It damages relationships. Lose-win. Peace at any price leads to resentment and suppressed feelings. Lose-lose. Both parties lose focus on the goal and simply seek to punish each other. Win. People with this mentality only care about getting what they want. They don't necessarily need the other person to lose. They just don't care about their loss. Win/win or no deal. The highest form of win/win. If we can't find a mutually beneficial solution, we agree to disagree respectfully and not proceed. This sets a higher standard and protects the relationship. To practice win-win, you need 3 character traits: integrity, sticking to your values; maturity, expressing your ideas while respecting others; and a mentality of abundance, believing there is plenty for everyone. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. The habit of communication. Habit 5 is the essential principle of effective communication. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. This often leads to communication breakdown, where people assume they know what the other person means. Covey teaches empathic listening, which is listening with the intent to genuinely understand the other person's perspective, emotionally and intellectually. You listen not just to their words, but to their feelings, their intentions, and their paradigms. This practice gives you an accurate assessment of the situation, like a good doctor first diagnosing before prescribing. Once you have built that understanding, you earn the right to present your own views, to be understood. This process is known as earning the deposit into the other person's emotional bank account. When they feel understood, they are far more open to your influence. Habit 6. Synergize, the habit of creative cooperation. Habit 6 is the ultimate achievement of the public victory. Synergize. Synergy is when the relationship between people is such that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's about combining the strengths of different individuals to produce a result that none of them could have achieved alone. 1 + 1 = 10. Synergy is unlocked by valuing and celebrating differences. If you truly believe that different perspectives and different strengths are valuable, you engage in creative collaboration. The key is to see those differences not as obstacles, but as opportunities for breakthrough solutions. Synergistic teams don't tolerate different views, they rejoice in them. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw, the habit of self-renewal. And conclusion. The final habit ties all the others together. Sharpen the saw. This habit is about preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, you. It means continuously renewing the 4 dimensions of your nature: physical, eating right, resting, and exercising; mental, reading, learning, writing, and planning; quadrant 2, time; spiritual, meditating, clarifying values, connecting with nature; social, emotional, making deposits in your emotional bank accounts and practicing the public victory habits. Sharpen the saw is the habit that makes all the other habits possible. It's the daily time you spend investing in yourself so you can effectively live a life of principle. The 7 habits are a continuous process, a spiral of growth. By starting with habit 1 and consistently integrating all 7, you move toward increasing effectiveness, achieving greater personal fulfillment, and making a more significant contribution to the world.